Hi guys, just a quick message. Just something else I want to drop about, our experiences with specifically narcissistic parents. Every day there's something that happens where I get an aha moment of, oh, this is why I do that, and this is why, because of this, that, and the other, So I wasn't feeling good for the past few days. And instead of just like succumbing to the fact that I didn't feel good and that I was sick, I kept trying to make it seem like something else. Like, well, maybe it's the energy. Hear that honking I told you. You'll hear confirmation sometimes. It's like the universe giving you confirmations of what you're saying is true, right? So I didn't want to just say, oh, I'm sick, and just rest. Because as a child, growing up with tough parents and being a roofer, you were never sick. You were too tough to be sick. Even to the point where I had pneumonia one day working on a church roof in the dead of winter with my father, and he got pissed off that I didn't feel well. He sent me home with an attitude. I went to the hospital to find out that I had pneumonia. I had 104 fever. And me being like back then I was vindictive. Now I let karma play out. So I wound up drinking out of his soda bottle. Wow. I was like 19 when that happened, so I'm justifying it in case you haven't noticed. I'm justifying that shit. That was no good, but that's what happened. So I said to my boyfriend last night, I don't feel well. I said, maybe it's like ascension symptoms, because when you ascend and you're awakened, you start to feel the energy change on the planet, and sometimes it comes in the form of like a flu, a sore throat, headaches, body aches. But here it was just like, you hear the birds singing? That's amazing. I have to come out in nature every so often and just ground myself and put my feet into the grass barefoot. I'm not going to show you those. I'll spare you because I haven't done my toes. I'm going to keep it real. But so I just said, like, why can't I just say that I'm sick and just chalk it up that I'm sick, and I haven't been sick in a while, because when we're on drugs, we don't even notice that we're sick because we're always numbing ourselves with some shit. So we don't really remember what it's like to really legit be sick that's not in withdrawal. So it's almost like new to me to actually feel a cold or a fever or sore throat and not want to numb it with something else. I use those sound frequencies I told y'all about, and it helps so much. There's a channel called VOFF, Ugla, VOFFUGGLA. Her channel with these isochronic tones she has a cure-all, like it's like a Rife frequency cure-all, if you type that in. And within 10 minutes of me listening to this, my throat felt better, my vision was clearer because my eyes were getting blurry. What we don't realize is a lot of symptoms that we have that we don't know where they came from. We're like, why all of a sudden are my eyes blurry? Why all of a sudden am I getting a sore throat? A lot of times, one, you could be taking on the energy, if you're a sensitive person, of somebody around you. Or when the energy and astrological shifts happen on the planet, they can affect you physically, right? So, even anxiety, that's a big one. That's an energy shift thing as well. Or somebody around you. Or you just straight up may be the one with anxiety. It depends on which side of the boat you're on. So, anyway, I said to him, like, why can't I just chalk it up that I'm sick? And I said, you know what it is? It's like I could never just be sick. There was, if I didn't feel well and my dad needed me to roof, he would call, and this is how he would word it, because they're very good. Narcissists are good at wording shit. So you feel like you could go back to work today? You mean, am I feeling better? Well, yeah, I mean, do you feel like you could go make me money today? Is basically what he meant, right? And I laugh about this now, because when you let things go, you can speak about them and laugh about them, and it actually frees you from a lot of shit. And then my boyfriend said the same thing. I said, he goes, my mom, he would put drywall in the basement. The first thing she would do is come down. Now, she's a narcissist as well, and this is the reason we were put in each other's lives, is because we both have similar stories and we can understand each other, and that's why we get along all the time. It's almost sickening, right? We almost argue for no reason, just to seem normal. It's fucked up. And the first thing she'll say is, Well, it looks crooked. Meanwhile, she has a wall, her foundation wall in the basement, 3-foot foundation wall, cinder block, has black mold coming through it from the other side, but you're concerned, and we're trying to square that off and close that room off because his 11-year-old nephew was living in the house, and his grandfather died of like a respiratory infection, and now I'm putting two together, and I'm realizing that I feel like the mold was in the walls as well if it was coming through the cinder block, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. That's another thing. Narcissists don't really take care of their homes and shit. Everything goes on the exterior. Everybody, they have a perfect family to everybody on the outside, but on the inside, it's like they're shit shot to hell. His mother judged me without even knowing me just because narcissists, like women, even doesn't matter how old they are, they could be 40, 12, 70, they're jealous of other women. There's confirmation for you again. And 2 days after she judged me for no reason, and I called her out on it because I do with everybody. I don't keep my mouth shut. Don't ever, if you are that type of person, start calling people out because they'll leave you alone after that. It's ironic because her daughter, her adopted daughter, actually was driving drunk, got into a vehicular homicide at Tarsdale and Dittman 3 years ago and killed 2 people, but yet she's judging me. You see how that goes? So anyway, so, you know, he just noticed the same thing. Like, we can never just say that we don't feel well because we're so used to getting scrutinized. We're so used to, like, people just pointing out the bad that we can't even relate to how we feel anymore because we let others dictate how we're supposed to feel. So I just wanted to make a short video because I'm really out here just to kind of get some sun. And I wanted to tell you all I love you, and I hope that today is better than yesterday and tomorrow will be better today. And, you know, just make progress every single day. You know, I stopped smoking cigarettes as well on top of all of that stuff. And I'm vaping, but I feel like it's worse because I feel like they put poison in the vape, actually. But progress is, and say you hit this vape 30 times yesterday, hit it 20 today. That's progress. Anything, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a milestone. You don't have to change your life overnight. You change your diet. Start changing your food, you know? Like, if you don't have to eat just because there's bad food around, start training your body to only eat good food. Otherwise, go without and fast. When you fast, your mind gets more clear. They kind of put fasting into religion, and I think that's why a lot of people, when they hear the word fast, they're like, it's like me. I was like, oh, okay, right. But no, it's actually good for your spirituality. It's good because you get a lot of messages in your dreams. Your dreams mean a lot and tell you a lot, but a lot of us can't remember our dreams because they put shit in the food to fuck with our dome piece. That's a whole other topic that I'm going to touch on is the nanobots that they stick in the chemtrails, the air, the water, and the food. You can do your own research if you want, but they'll tell your brain that you're sick and have cancer and shit. It's like a remote computer. It's like a superhuman computer. It's crazy. But it's true. But you can defeat this shit. Once you control your mind, you can control your life. So get outside, put your feet in the grass, take your shoes off, ground yourself, touch a tree. There's a lot of vibration that can come from a tree. And just let nature speak to you. Just sit there with your own thoughts and be quiet and, you know, get the fuck away from toxic people. And if you are toxic, get the fuck away from yourself. I don't know. I don't know if I could drop a video on that. I don't know how you run from yourself, but I've tried it. I'm not gonna lie, I've tried it. And I came right back to me. So, you know, I just want to give you guys encouragement that if you make slow progress every single day, meditate, listen to some of those sound frequencies. I'm telling you, they work. They have them for addiction. It's not going to work the first time. We always want something immediately. That's the problem with us humans. We're spoiled. We want instant results. Patience is huge in this whole thing. But it'll always work out, I promise. I love you guys. Have an amazing fucking day. And do not settle for anything less. Mic dropped.